嗨，电脑荧幕前的朋友你好，我是放手教练 Liv。那我今天跟你分享的内容呢，是跟我之前有分享一系列的与神对话特辑有关系。那我之前呢，在与神对话特辑的第2部里面呢，我把与神对话电影的下半部截取一段出来跟你做一个分享。那我今天跟你分享的内容呢，就是跟这个与神对话特辑的第2部里面这一段内容，我再截取这一段我跟你分享的内容的最后一个部分呢，拿来跟你做一个分享。为什么我要特地把后半段的这一个部分拿来特地做一个分享呢？因为在后半段的这个部分呢，那个主角在与神对话的时候，他有提到一个概念。那这个概念呢，跟我近期我在看这个一个影片有关系。那我呢就先卖个关子，你先看我跟你分享的与神对话的这一段影片。那你在看完之后呢，我再跟你做一个分享。好，那我们就先来看我为你准备的这一段影片吧。
I am not concerned about your worldly success. Only you are. You are not to worry about making a living. True masters are those who have chosen to make a life rather than a living. Go ahead, do whatever you really love. Do nothing else. You have so little time. How can you think of wasting a moment doing something for a living that you don't like to do? That is not a living. That is a dying.
好，那你刚刚在看完这个与神对话的影片之后呢，我刚刚影片一开始我提到说，我最近呢也在看这个影片。那这个影片呢，是跟那个欧普拉邀请这个一个新世界的作者艾克哈特呢来，然后举办一个这种全球性的这个读书会，是针对那个一个新世界的这个读书会，然后里面的这个影片内容呢，我就把它截取出来。为什么我要把它截取出来呢？因为我等一下为你准备的这一段影片内容是艾克哈特他所讲的这个东西呢，就跟我刚刚跟你分享的与神对话的这一段内容有呼应到。那我自己在看了之后，我觉得就很有感觉，所以我就特地再把这一段这个读书会的这个内容呢，把它截取出来跟你做一个分享。所以呢，现在我们就先来看我为你准备的这一段影片内容。那我们看完之后，我再统一跟你做一个分享。
And of course, I'm honored to introduce the author of this great book, A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose, Eckhart Tolle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
How exciting is this?
Yeah.
It's very good. Okay, so let's get class started. The way we're going to work the class is that we will have a conversation and take your calls and your questions whenever we feel appropriate. First of all, I wanted to just talk to you about how this book came to you. I was introduced to this book several months ago when I was interviewing Eckhart Tolle on XM Radio. I have a show on XM Radio. Many people know about it, but it's called the Soul Series. And on that show, I get to talk to anybody I choose, and I choose to speak to people who represent this kind of thinking, this genre of spirituality. And we talk about the soul. So I was interviewing Eckhart Tolle several months ago about his book, The Power of Now, because that's really all I knew about Eckhart Tolle was The Power of Now. I call you the father of now, The Power of Now, which that book was a life-changing book for me, given to me many years ago, about 8 years ago, by Meg Ryan, who's on the show. And the producer, Corny, came in and said, well, as I was preparing, she said, there's this other book he's written called A New Earth. And I just had time to thumb through A New Earth and not really give it its due, because I was focused on reading The Power of Now and talking to you about that. And after our interview, started to read this book, and it was absolutely I felt the shift that you talk about, that you say on page 7 that this will be meaningless to you or you will feel the shift. I started to feel the shift. And one of the things that really occurred to me as I was going through various chapters and having aha moment after another is how clear this message is. What a clear channel it seemed to come through for you. It was like I'd never, didn't know you or hadn't met you in person, even through the radio. We weren't sitting in the same studio. How did this come to be? How did this come through you, to you?
Well, it comes out of the space of stillness. That's where all creative endeavor is born. So it's getting in touch with the stillness within, where there's no mental noise. And out of that stillness, when the time is right, sometimes an impulse comes, a feeling, a strong sense that something wants to be born into this world. I had the same strong sense before writing The Power of Now. That was 13 years ago when I started writing it. I had left England, I was living in England, and I had this strong impulse one morning, and I was in England still, knowing I have to move to the west coast of North America without knowing why.
This was just a feeling you had?
Yes, a strong knowing. So it's not through a decision-making process, just the realization I have to move there. I don't know why, but I have to go. It was such a total, absolutely no doubt about it. So I moved to Vancouver, and then I took a Greyhound bus to California, knew only one or two people, and I said, why am I here? 3 weeks passed, somebody put me up in a room near San Francisco, and suddenly I bought a notepad, and suddenly the strong stream came through, and I wrote, what is enlightenment? The beginning of The Power of Now. The moment I wrote that, I knew this is the book that wants to be born. So rather than me wanting to write a book, there was a book that wanted to be written. And
like Michelangelo says, the angel's in the marble, and he just cuts away the marble.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I find, I'll come back to that in a second, for most people, that is the approach to what is my purpose, to look at what the greater purpose is. What does the greater purpose want from me? What does life or God want from me, rather than what do I want from life? So that's the starting point. I know that sometimes in New Age you have the question, well, what do you want? It's fine to ask that question, but a more powerful question is, what does life want from me? How do I fit into what is the totality? What is my place within the whole? So this is how it started, as knowing that this is what life wants from me. The book wants to be born, and the same thing happened later with the New Earth. Again, a similar sense of, oh, there's another book that wants to come. I didn't know why, because everybody told me, well, you've said it all in The Power of Now. Why write another book? And intellectually, I couldn't have answered, why am I writing another book? And it happened.
好，那在看完影片之后呢，不知道你有没有什么感想？那我在看完这个与神对话这个内容之后呢，然后又看了这个刚刚我跟你分享的这个一个新世界艾克哈特的一个分享之后呢，我觉得他们讲的都是很相似的东西。好，譬如说像与神对话里面，它其实这一段内容它有提到最重要的就是2个概念，第一个就是它有提到关于生命的价值，好这一个概念。那第二个呢，就是它里面有提到说去做你热爱的事情。那在这个艾克哈特里面呢，它里面有提到说，像一般人我们都会问说，我想要什么，我想要什么。但是呢，其实更进一步来讲，你应该是要问的更深入一点，也就是说，生命为你安排了什么？那这当中有什么关联性呢？其实呢，你可以试想一下，也就是说，就像艾克哈特讲的，一般我们可能都会觉得说，我想要得到什么东西，然后我想要获得什么，比较很少人会问到说，就是这个生命，就是 安排我，让我去做什么。好，所以呢，以这个与神对话的这个创造生命的价值来讲呢，其实跟这个部分就有呼应到。所以呢，我就觉得说，如果说以你本身来讲呢，第一个你可以去想说，在关于创造生命的价值的部分，那你有什么可以提供？你可以有什么东西可以提供给别人的，然后为别人提供这个价值。好，这是第一个。那第二个呢，就是因为这个艾克哈特他里面有提到说，通常呢，你应该是要去问说这个生命为你安排什么，然后你就去做它。但是呢，可能这个有点抽象，因为一般人可能不知道这个生命为他安排了什么。但是有一点，你可以从这一点呢去挖掘。那这一点呢，就是我刚刚与神对话所提到的第二点，也就是去做你热爱的事情，做你喜爱的事情。那通常呢，我们把我刚刚讲的总结来讲的话呢，就是说，如果说要怎么样去判断说，你这个生命为你安排了什么的话呢，第一个，你可以去想一下，你本身你有什么价值，好，可以为别人这个提供价值给别人。那第二个呢，就是说能够提供给别人这个价值之外，符合第一个条件之外，那第二个就是这个你为提供别人的这个价值的这个东西，是不是你本身所热爱去做的？也就是说，做这件事你是不是就是很高兴，然后就是打从内心渴望的，就是很想要去做它的，然后做它对你来讲本身也不会有什么压力，反而是你喜欢做的事情。那这个呢，就是我在看完这个艾克哈特的分享之后呢，然后突然就是联想到与神对话的这一段内容，所以呢，我就把它做一个结合，然后统一跟你做一个分享。好，所以呢，希望我提供的这一个影片的内容呢，能够对你有所启发。那这则影片呢，我就先跟你分享到这边，我们就下回见喽，拜拜。